What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Flaw 700, a.k.a. Flaw Claw Van Dam, a.k.a. Flaw Cigar.
Oh! Y'all didn't expect that voice to be with it, did you?
a.k.a. your boy, Dumb Some Goy. Hold on. Don't do your intro yet.
I won't.
I told you when you came back, I was going to have something for you.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Did she just cock the gun?
Do your intro. Go.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I feel like it's been a minute. It's Kayla, a.k.a. Killer K, a.k.a. Miss King if you nasty. That's all I got. I ain't got all the extra a.k.a.s. That is funny as hell. I like that.
And we are, and this is the Podcast Brothers, and this is episode 21. Fresco 121. Woo!
Look at that.
It's been 100 episodes since it's been episode 21. And let me say that episode 21 was trash. I don't even know what episode that was, but it's no way we could have been that lit in 21 episodes in, man. The growth is definitely beautiful. But before we get started, I'd like to start the show off with what I started off last week, just so people can get a feel on who we are and what we do. We are the Podcast Brothers, two real life brothers who are similar because we're both Geminis, but also have different viewpoints. And when Kayla King is here, she offers a unique female's perspective. And guess who's in the building?
Tis I, the great Kayla King. Hi. I feel like it's been a minute. Like,
it has. The
time went by fast at the same time, but it's still, I think because last month I was here like at the beginning of the month. Right. And then now it's like the end of the month. So
the last episode you were on was Bub Love.
Yes, Sham God.
The Sham God.
Hey, shout out to you.
Shout out to the entire podcast.
No. The last time I was here, Quayshawn,
bigger than Nino Brown.
Right.
That was a
shout out to both of y'all.
Yeah,
though.
Shout out to Quayshawn and Bub Loves, the Sham God, man. It's bigger than Nino Brown. I love that episode, man. So we can get into our weeks, and I'm gonna go ladies first. First off, I don't mean to cut you off. My bad. Once again,
I was saying shit for you to cut me off.
I know, but you was about to.
I was.
I heard your lips move.
Like,
yeah, this is episode 121. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and anywhere else you can find a podcast. We are downtown. We are in the beautiful downtown Trenton, and Starbucks still. So get that up for us, man. Shout out to Starbucks.
To this, iced white mocha, whatever the hell it is. It's delicious.
So what did you order? You had to have ordered it.
I did, but white chocolate.
So what did you say when you ordered it?
Oh shit, I don't even know what to get. Can I get that but iced? That's literally what I said. Can I get that but iced? I'm weird because with coffee, I only like iced coffee. I don't like hot coffee.
Iced coffee just became a thing a few years ago. So what were you drinking before then?
I wasn't drinking coffee at all. I was drinking hot chocolate and tea. Now with tea, I like hot tea, but I don't like iced tea. I think iced tea is disgusting. I'm weird when it comes to my coffee.
So you didn't like hot coffee. What made you try cold coffee?
When I started working at my current job, because I'm like downtown now, so that's kind of like the thing to get your coffee.
So what I'm getting at is you don't like hot coffee. Have you tried hot coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, so you tried. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying, what made you try it if you wouldn't try hot coffee? That's what I was saying.
Oh, no, yeah. I've tried hot coffee before. It's just, first of all, it's piping hot when you get it, so you have to let it cool down anyway. But then it's like that weird space between where it's cool enough to drink but too cold, and it's just like nasty when it's like cold and the shit is settled at the bottom of the cup, and it's like chalky. So iced coffee, no issues with that.
And as you see, I'm not afraid to say it. I am now taking notes. My issue with podcasting is I'll come up with a topic on like a Monday or Tuesday, and I'll speak out the topic in my head like, oh man, I'm gonna kill it when it's time to record, and then come record time,
you forget.
Nothing was the same. It just does not come out the way I thought of it. So I said, you know what? As I think of it, I'm gonna type that thing down. Absolutely.
That's what I do throughout the week. Like when you're sending stuff to me, like I have my notes and I make my notes in my notes on the iPhone, and I just do like I was even thinking about stuff like on my way here. Like one of the topics, like we said before we cut the mics on, when you presented it to me at the beginning of the week, I could only think of one thing. But literally on my way here, I thought of other shit. And I was like, oh, let me write it down so I don't forget. Because I'm definitely at that point in, I guess, my life where if I don't write it down or don't put it in my calendar, I'm going to forget. So, yeah.
So as you see, this is what I got going. And you see my new toy. I love this thing.
I saw when you first broke it. I said, oh, Flaw got a new toy. Okay.
And then you got the headphones. You can hear.
I know. I was like, can you hear me? He's like, no, put the headphones on. Can you hear you? I said, oh. Upgrade. That's what's up, though.
So, ladies first, we can get into your week if you're ready.
Yeah, my week was fine. Working, of course, still loving my job. I've been in the gym. I lost 5 pounds, so I'm hyped. Yes, clap for it. I lost 5 pounds.
Get you a standing ovation.
Yes, chubby girl victories. I lost 5 pounds. I feel like to other people, they can't necessarily see it, but I definitely feel it, like even in my clothes, especially like my jeans. So that I actually today, before I came here, I did a boxing cardio class. And when I say that shit kicked my butt, but in a good way, it felt good. It hurt while I was doing it, but afterwards I was like, I made it. So yes, little.
How hard did you sweat?
A lot. And I wore a hoodie too.
If you sweat a lot, that is a great workout. I'll say that. As far as cardio go, like I try my best not to sweat when I'm doing lifting. But if I'm doing some cardio, I need to be drenched.
Yeah, I like to sweat, so I wore a hoodie to make me sweat more. That's what I like.
You didn't need that hoodie. You didn't need a hoodie. If you
but I do. I want to. I like to sweat. I want to make myself sweat more. So yeah, and like as far as being in the gym, I've just been doing classes. Well, for the most part, I've been doing spinning, like cycling, and I've been doing bar classes. And I really enjoy it. So, and it's working. Shit, and of course I've been eating right, so it's working. What else? I have been slacking with my blog, and I know it. I don't know. I just haven't had. I'm just being honest with myself. I haven't really had the motivation to completely, complete my posts, because I have drafts and I have my ideas. My sources, whatever. It's just a matter of turning things into complete sentences and posting it. So to whoever actually like pays attention to my website, sorry, but I'll eventually do it. Like I said, I got hella ideas. I recorded with the Hood Geniuses podcast last Sunday. Shout out to Ms. and Lady T. My Philly folks, we fuck with y'all heavy. Thank y'all so much. That was episode 97, Classy versus Trashy. Make sure y'all go check that out. And I actually hung out with them Friday night and shit was lit. Lady T took my ass to, I don't know where that place was, but it was in the middle of North Philly, 19th and Hunter Park, somewhere down Hunter Park. And they had $3 shots. Every shot, like we had
$3 shots?
Yes.
I get hyped over $4 shots. Y'all had $3 shots?
Yep, shots at 1800 coconut, $3. So I was lit. It was really fun. And surprisingly, I didn't have a hangover, and I had a good like 6-7 shots at 1800. So yeah. That was my week. What about you?
My week? Okay. My week, at first I'm say though, I didn't do much. But then I realized, I thought about something that I did, man. I logged back into Facebook. I decided to deactivate Facebook, and I was just like, I'm going to leave Facebook forever. And then I realized after chilling, I was really just in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I work hard for what I'm trying to accomplish, and for what I work for to get looked over. Most of the time it was kind of like rubbing me the wrong way, because you see what people are actually interested in, chaotic things, like
yes,
and it's only on Facebook for me. Like Instagram is like you're taking pictures, you're with your family posting pictures, and it's just like I'm gonna like what you got going on, because it's either positive quotes or videos. I guess the people that I follow on Instagram, where the videos are like important videos, and the people that you follow are actually the people that you actually like looking at. You know, double tap city over here, baby. Twitter, it's an open diary, so people are going to tweet what they want to tweet and talk about what they want to talk about. And once again, it's not really filled with, well, put it like this. We get a lot of love on Twitter. We get a lot of love on Instagram. Facebook is like the least part, where it's like the least, the site where we get the least type of love that we're looking for. And that's really the site where you really kind of know people, really. Yeah. You don't really know
it's
people.
Like middle school, high school.
Yeah. So
whatever.
These are your peers, and these are the people you grew up with, and they're the ones that show you less love when it comes to what you're trying to create.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have really blew up if it really wasn't for Twitter. You know what I mean? Then we took it to Instagram. Like, if we were just on some, support us because we from the town, we wouldn't have done what we've done. But I realized that I was in my feelings, and I think that it's important to have your brand everywhere. And I think that promoting on Instagram and Twitter was great, but there's still an audience that wasn't seeing us, even though they weren't participating with a like or a share. It's like an out of sight, out of mind thing. People will forget that you're doing something if they don't see it.
Yeah.
So let me log back into Facebook and let me just put it out there and not really expect anybody to like or share. I'm gonna just put it out there just so you can see I'm still grinding. It kind of reminded me of that when the rappers was just like, I don't get no love from my own town. I ain't want to complain. I ain't want to make no posts all emotional like, so you don't like my shit. Y'all don't like my shit.
Fuck all y'all.
Fuck y'all. I just calmly dipped off and was just gone and was just like, but I was like, let me get back there, man. Because Facebook remind me of high school and like middle school. It's real cliquish.
Facebook is so strange.
The people that hung out in middle school and high school, they're still like best of friends now. And it's just that vibe you get. And it's just like, cool kids only, you know what I mean? So if you don't fit in, you'll never fit in. So
Facebook, and then like you briefly mentioned, it's just really strange how much people gravitate towards negative stuff.
Yep.
And sometimes the stuff that has nothing to do with the podcast, but it's like, but the name of the group that you decided to join is the Podcast Brothers.
Right.
So interesting, but whatever.
And even on the main page, just liking, like just always getting hyped up when somebody's sex video gets leaked, getting hyped up when a fight happens. Like, it's just like the stuff that y'all into, cool. But listen, look what I got going on. Something cool, something dope, something positive. But the people who were grinding before me, they let this be known, like, your own city. And this is not just my town. This is everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Your own
it's
city.
Everywhere.
They won't support you until you get it popping somewhere else, and then they'll tell you, I've always been your biggest fan, or I've always supported you.
Why did you say nothing?
That's my biggest thing. Talk to me now. Do not wait. Listen, you can get to me. Listen, however it is, however you reach out to me, I'm accessible right now. Don't wait until my phone goes off so much that I don't have time to check every message to be like, he's phony. No, show me love right now, man, because when it's time, I'm not stopping. This is our 3rd year podcasting.
That's what's up.
This is our 3rd year.
What you going to do to celebrate, or you ain't telling the people yet?
We did a live show last year. Not really trying to do it again so soon. I think that first one meant a lot. It was the first one, and people came out to support. And we just don't want to do that a year later just because it's a year. But,
gotta do something, though.
3 years in, I'm not saying we not. But look at this room. We could fit a few people in here and celebrate something, and it'll be pretty dope. So I just don't. It's probably because I don't want to get let down. I'll keep it a buck. I don't want to get let down. Like, we having a live party. Then how can we sell out twice?
Well, my thing is, I think at a certain point you just have to realize at the end of the day, it's easier said than done, but when you're creating things and putting stuff out there, you have to figure out a way to just focus on the people who are paying attention to you and who are interacting with you. But it's hard to say that and actually
it's easier said than done.
Adhere to that and not be in your feelings sometimes. Because I know I be in my feelings sometimes, like with posting on the website. Like I can, you can see especially when you can see numbers and you see, only 10 people interacted with it or only 10 people viewed it. But then I got people texting me all the time. Oh yeah, I seen you have your website. Well, why the fuck didn't you like the post? Why the fuck didn't you subscribe?
You know what I don't get? It's like we do good numbers. The Podcast Brothers do good numbers. But when you go to Twitter and you look at your impressions and it'd be like 12,000 people.
But 5 people liked it. So you looked at it. You opened it.
Right. So I'm trying to figure out, what are these impressions? Like, you saw it.
But that's what matters more, though, at the end of the day. I feel like, versus like the number of likes. It's at least you're visible. People are looking at you.
You're right, because just like on Instagram, when you have 1 million followers, only 10,000 people is really going to... Well, out of 1 million followers, 100,000 might only like your post. You know what I'm saying? So where are the other 900,000?
But then it's like you can look on Insights. They have Insights for Instagram, too, if you have your page set up like a business page. And for each picture, you can see the insights. You can see how many people your photo or video has reached. So it's like, okay, I don't know, for me, it'll be like reached 700 something people, but then 200 people liked it. And it's like, for the other 500 semi people.
That's kind of good math, though. If you actually go off what celebrities do, celebrities will have millions of followers but won't get a million likes. So
yeah,
it's kind of good math if you think about it. So if you got 1 million followers, 100,000.
What's it, a tenth? I don't do math.
I think it's a tenth. Yeah, a tenth. So, and if you have 1 million followers, a few thousand works. So it is what it is. But we can definitely get off that. So that was my week. I logged back into Facebook. It was big for me because social media sometimes could trigger your depression, your anxiety, you know what I'm saying? Because just how like you might have felt like you wasn't the cool kid in school, you might feel like you wasn't the cool kid on social media, and people are ignoring you, and your post is next to somebody else's, and everybody runs to that post. They won't click on yours. It can trigger certain types of anxiety. So I've been back on for a few days. I'm still cool. I'm enjoying it. I'm really focusing on other social sites. I'm grinding, man. This is a 24-hour job every day to promote, to interact with other creators, and to stay afloat, man, because there's so many podcasts who have came and they have went.
Yeah.
We came and went and came back. So I'm not judging you because this ain't easy, especially doing it with somebody else.
Yeah, and you definitely have to, I feel at the end of the day, you definitely have to enjoy it because sometimes people are annoying. And sometimes you just want to be like, can you stop talking to me? But I mean, obviously, as a podcast and, you know, promoting a podcast and everything, you have to be a people person.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you want to go somewhere, you have to be a people person.
I don't understand why people don't want to use the social media platform, man.
But you want everybody to listen to your podcast. Yeah.
That's how you know who putting money. If you're not on social media, but you like in the top 200, you paying for it, and that's fine. That's fine. It's your business. Put your money into your business. That is perfectly fine. But if you don't have the money, you need social media, man. So get your retweets on, share, like, leave reviews. We have 350 reviews on Apple Podcasts because we grind, man. Like, I've made so many people mad inboxing people like, yo, listen to this, leave me a review. I've lost friends for that. And then I've made friends, like people who, you know, that I didn't expect to leave a review, they did. And those who I thought would without question, they didn't.
Yeah. And then it's like, I feel like it's also about being genuine too. And like cultivating meaningful interactions and meaningful relationships with people, because don't just reach out to me if you want me to, I don't know, listen to your shit, like your shit, retweet it. But then, and it's not, I don't even want to say it's necessarily like a like for a like, but at the same time, like, damn, like, let me know that you listened, that you checked me out here and there.
Absolutely.
Or, you know,
one thing that I hate,
interact with me, say hi, say how your day is.
One thing that I hate, I will inbox you. Like, you don't have to ask me to listen to your show. I'm all over Instagram and Twitter. If your cover art looks intriguing, if your title, your show notes look intriguing, I'm going to press play. But I'm also going to let you know that I listened to your show, and left a review. Do not ignore me, because that'll be the last time that I interact with you. And let me tell you something. I know people. I'm well connected. People like people. If I retweet it, and if I say, hey, this podcast is popping, other people will say, well, I like Flaw, got good taste. Let me see what this show is about. You want me to co-sign you, bro? I'm not even. I'm not even.
Toot that horn, okay?
Listen, I'm not joking, but that's just how it works in the community. Yeah. Somebody shares, somebody retweets something, and it'll pop up on my timeline. And I'll say, okay, let me see how this works. But if you just make a Twitter account and you're not even active on it, and people are trying to reach out to you and say, hey, I listened to your stuff, it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I left you a review. That does not mean that I need one or want one in return, but just say thank you.
Yeah, or at least like the tweet, something. Because I know some people are kind of awkward and they don't want to. They don't know how to, I don't know, have like a back and forth. But at least, like, at least acknowledge that I acknowledge you. Like the tweet.
Especially if you're 2 episodes in, you ain't popping. You can say thank you.
Oops.
You can say thank you.
What's up? It's your boy CEO Hayes in the building, host of the Awakened Soul podcast, a podcast that discusses movies, music, TV, pop culture, politics, and social issues. But more importantly than all that, we discuss how it affects and reflects our society and our culture. So if you're looking for a podcast that's for the culture, better yet, if you're looking for a podcast that's of the culture, check out The Awakened Soul, a member of the Breaks Media Podcast Network. Peace.
But also in my week, man, I'm going to do my best to no longer complain about about music, the new artists that's coming out.
Oh Lord,
there's a lot of dope music out there. I just pressed play on a playlist on Spotify, and they put together some music. They said this for me. Okay, cool. Spotify does that. They'll create a playlist for you. So I pressed play, and there was actually some good music on there. I just zoned out for a few hours, man. Jaden Smith.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to say he's slept on, but
he is, because
he has a couple good songs.
Jaden Smith is slept on because he's Will Smith's son and how he carries himself outside of music. Like, you know, he takes his hair on dates, so you'd be like, all right, I'm not
very eclectic.
I'm not rocking with Jaden Smith. But when you're just letting the music play, a certain song will come on, and you'd be like, wait a minute, who is this? Jaden Smith?
Right.
Ah,
right, okay.
Triple X.
Oh no,
he's an artist that I wouldn't go to, but a song of his came on. I said, oh, not bad. I mean, I see your face, but like I said, he's not an artist that I'm running to. But a song came on, and I said, okay. There's a new artist that I like now, JID.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him. He down with Dreamville. He's J. Cole boy. So it's like, okay, JID, you cool. Logic, I never was a fan of the rapper Logic, the white rapper, the mixed rapper.
Oh, no.
But I listened to some of his songs, and I say, oh, okay, you got something, man. So I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to let the music play, and it is what it is. You might not have been here. This is really for Fresco. He probably would have got a kick out of this, but once again, Fresco couldn't join us. But we've talked about this song a few times on the podcast. Mario Winans, I Don't Want to Know. And I'm just scrolling on Twitter, and I seen a random tweet, and it was a clip of the video, and it was just him. I forgot that he was sitting in the tub with
his
water,
clothes on.
with his clothes on, with water in the tub. And he sat on the bed with pictures of her next to him with his hand on his head. So it's funny to me because
bitch ass.
It's funny to me because I seen a tweet and it was retweeted, and the tweet said, "This nigga was pathetic."
He is.
I couldn't help but laugh and be like, you know what? I'm not using this reference no more. I don't want to know. I mean, I want to know anything he want. I want the opposite of it. So if my girl cheating on me, yes, I want to know. Let me know.
I don't want to. So you want to be with her even though you know that she's cheating on you? You a sucker.
See, the song is fire, but the video went too far. Get out the tub, homie. Get out the tub.
And if you're going to be in the tub, take your fucking clothes off.
Take your clothes off, son. Like, at least Music Soul Child had a similar video. My mind's going crazy. He had his clothes on, but there was no water in the tub. I respect that.
Right.
Just sit in the tub, zone out, man. But you don't put water in the tub.
And then you know they was expensive clothes. Messing up them Gucci sneakers.
If you got time enough, if you got enough sense to fill it up with water.
You had time to take off your clothes.
You had... I don't want to know.
At least put bubbles in there. You could have made it something.
The government shutdown is over for about 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks.
That crap is pathetic.
Yeah, but shout out to the federal workers who can get back to work, who have been working for nothing.
Yes, and I know quite a few people who work for the government, so shout out to y'all. I actually flew. I was nervous about flying because I was like, I don't know how this is about to go. Am I going to be...
Oh, you flew during the shutdown?
Yeah. Okay. I think I flew... I might have flown twice. I went to Detroit in December and then Florida in January. So I know for a fact it was going on in January. But I was nervous. I'm like... is this about to take like 5 hours or is it going to be cool? First of all, that was the fastest.
Since I'm not getting paid for this.
Right, they said, go ahead, sis, go ahead. They didn't even make me take off my shoes. That's how you know. You don't normally make you take off shoes and everything. I did not have to take off my shoes. I was like, yeah. But it's just pathetic.
Because they're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, that's crazy. Yeah, but now we got the Super Bowl coming.
Ooh. No, ain't no ooh. F the NFL.
No. I'm not bragging about that, but the airports and things of that nature, it was about to affect things like the Super Bowl.
I heard that TSA workers in Atlanta was threatening to strike. Mm-hmm. But then I also read somewhere else that it's against the law for government workers to strike. So I don't know if those sources were credible or not. I don't know.
I can see both happening because there were some workers who wanted to refuse to go to work, but if you did, you would lose your job. Now it's not the job that people actually care about; it's the benefit package. Like the package that the government gives you is unmatched. Mm-hmm. So it's not like I'm going because like you're going to work not because you can't find a job somewhere else, and I can't find this benefit package nowhere else.
Yeah.
So the Super Bowl kind of saved the government for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, we'll see what happens. But it was a Super Bowl and some other things I can't think about it.
You know what? And that's probably exactly why that orange thing didn't brought the government back up, because of the Super Bowl.
That's what I just said.
No, but I just put that all together.
Yeah.
Like
he was about to hurt his friends' pockets.
Yes.
Like the Super Bowl is so much money involved in the Super Bowl, and he had to turn it down.
Rich bastards.
Once the Super Bowl is over, they'll go back to where they were.
God, you damn rich, ignorant, not caring about the common person, mother effers. Oh.
Last year, we did an episode with Brad Butler. The name of the episode was called Slippin' 20 Years Later. It was episode 79. Go check that out. We talked about how DMX...
Slipping, falling, can't get up. Slipping, falling.
We talked about how Mr. DMX played slipping in court. His lawyer played court. Yeah.
It's not funny. It is, but it's not. Because he was dead serious.
He was dead ass serious. And the song was to show the judge in the court that X was in a battle with himself, and they should give him some slack.
Slipping,
it's my joint
falling,
right here.
I can't get up.
It worked.
Slipping, falling, can't
because
get up.
the prosecution wanted to give X 5 years.
He got like 1 or 2.
He got 1.
Okay, yeah.
So DMX, yeah.
One of my favorites of all time. Aww.
Yeah. So DMX, he's a free man now.
Amen.
He's a free man now after almost
make him lose his mind.
After almost doing a year in federal prison for tax evasion.
He got like 20 kids. He's wilding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need him to get his shit clipped.
He has a new fiance, a new baby. Did you see the picture when he got released?
Wait, another one?
When he came home, he took a picture with his new baby. It's child's like 2. I would say 2.
Okay, that makes sense, because I think when it was something a while ago, and there were like potential rumors. Somebody had took a picture when he like got out or was about to go in, whatever, and it was like with a white woman, but it was like that's not his mistress. It was, I don't know, maybe somebody helping him.
Well, she's the woman he took a picture with was a young African American woman.
Oh, okay. I was about to say what.
So
the plot thickens.
He plans on recording a new album, and he plans on rejoining the Fix My Life series, the show. He wants to get on there. He was on there before and he stormed out.
Yeah, he drawled on his son. He did. But all that probably was still smoking, God knows what.
I don't even know if it was that, but that's still a touchy situation with his son, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought Jay-Z was supposed to be helping him get his life together, too.
Jay-Z can't help nobody. How can Jay-Z help somebody his life ain't together? Like, he's still... Like,
Jay-Z has millions, if damn near billions. But he can figure it out.
He almost blew it himself. He can't... No other man should have to help you. If you're going through something, especially if we're not related and you're not my brother or nothing.
But Jay-Z's helped a lot of rappers behind the scenes. He don't talk about it, but he's helped a couple rappers. I know he helped Meek Mill get out of prison.
He helped Meek Mill get out of prison. You can't help somebody kick an addiction.
But I mean, like, paying for it, finding some of the best, I don't know, whatever.
When Meek did go in, him and Jay was cool, and Meek is signed to Jay. Like, Jay's just not randomly helping Meek. Meek pays... If Meek does well, Jay gets paid. Put it like that.
But I feel like Jay-Z and DMX have some type of connection.
The last time I heard, DMX was cussing him out. They didn't like each other.
But I mean, that's what we heard. Like, we're the general public.
No, X was like F Jigga, man, because it was messing with his label. Jay-Z became president, and he used all the money for his album, and it left artists like LL Cool J, who still hates Jay to this day, DMX, Method Man, things of that nature. Jay-Z gave the money to him, Nas, and Jeezy. This when Def Jam still had artists. And Nas made Hip Hop Is Dead, and Jeezy made, I forgot the album Jeezy came out with. But most of the money went to Jay-Z's project, Nas' project, and Jeezy. And it left X, LL Cool J, Method Man, Redman, things of that nature, all with no money to promote their album. So X was hot, and X said he would not work for somebody he came in the game with. It was just like, Jay, you're not my boss type of vibe.
Oh, so. I thought that they was cool. Well, clearly I didn't do my hip-hop history.
But even if they were, Jay-Z doesn't owe X anything. Like,
no, I'm not saying that he owes him anything. I just thought, like, as a looking out, like, you my brother, I see you going through something. Like, you need help. Let me help. If not pay for it, let me help you, like, connect. Because, of course, Jay-Z got connects out the woosah. So, I don't know. But I guess not.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Earl.
Shout out to X, man.
For
Shout
you.
out to
You're
X.
one of my favorites of all time. I've loved you since I was a little girl.
Now, before we really, really get into this episode, I just want to make it clear. Last week, we kind of was like bigging up Soulja Boy on his moves that he was making, and we was
businessman,
pay homage where it's due. But then, Mr. Soldier went and dropped his new single.
Oh, yikes! I missed that part.
You know, well, I'm about to play it real quick. Oh man, well, listen, I'll let you decide.
Trash, I know.
Yeah. Cut that check, cousin. They try to ask me why I ain't on the Millennium Tour.
It came on fire.
They ain't got that bag, man. They gotta cut that check.
He came on dissing niggas.
Yeah, cut that check, cut that check, cut that
No.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No. Bullshit. Trash. Fiasco. All that.
So yeah, that was the Soulja Boy track, and I'm just like, I hate those repetitive choruses. Cut that check, cut that check, cut that. Like, we got to get out of that lazy vibe with our music.
But I mean, it's a lazy generation. They like, it's like a trance. Like, matter of fact, when I went out for New Year's, I went to like the club and they were playing all the stuff that's new now. And I was just like, that shit is weird to watch. Like a lot of and again, you know, not necessarily trying, because most of this new stuff that's out now is bullshit, whatever. But just to like watch people dancing to it, and grown folks, not even like people from that quote unquote that generation, but like people that's like my age and older who's actually keeping up with new music and like know the words. It's just like, just in the trance, like just bopping to some corny, basic, repetitive ass quote unquote rap. And it's weird. I can't get with it. I'm not getting with it.
So we got great news. You know, I've talked about the Black Panther movie all last year. I gave it my favorite movie of 2018.
You probably still be watching that shit like every day.
Hey, that's why I brought it on digital. Hey, listen, if you own the Black Panther, I hope you own it 4K. That is the only way to watch the Black Panther. The colors
you
pop
got
out.
Money, 4K TV, you got red.
Yo, you can't watch the Black Panther in regular HD. I'm sorry.
I watch it on my phone.
Woo.
iPhone 8 Plus.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix,
okay, yeah,
but it's
that's
not
why I was
4K.
watching it. It's not.
The Black Panther movie has been nominated for 7 Oscars.
That's what's up. I'm still not watching the Oscars, though.
Wait a minute. I'm going to ask you that. We're going to get there.
Oh, sorry. I just that's my disclaimer.
That's all part of it. So, let me run down the list. The Best Picture. Also want to give a shout out to the Black Klansman.
Yeah.
Nominated for Best Picture. And The Green Book. The Green Book stars Mahershala Ali. I'm only saying his name because I'm excited that I can say it. I remember at one point I couldn't say that man's name. I was like, what's my man's name?
The bull.
Yeah, Mahershala Ali. He's in that movie. So we got 3 movies with black characters, with black leads, nominated for Movie of the Year. Best Adapted Screenplay, Black Panther. Well, these are the nominations. It's not winning. It hasn't, happened yet. Achievement in Production Design. Best Original Song, All of the Stars. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Yeah.
Achievement in Costume Design. Best Original Score. Achievement in Sound Editing. So with the 7 nominations, how many do you think they will win? How many do you think they should win? And how many do you think they will win?
I think they could win a good 3 or 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they won about half. If they do all, of course, that's amazing. But I would say possibly, realistically, them getting 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at this, I'm going to go that there could be 1. I think that they could win. And it's based off me watching it in 4K. And that's the costume. Which one? The costume design. Because let me tell you something. That scene when they're in Wakanda and they're about to make him the king and they're dancing with all their clothes on a boat and all those colors pop. You got the red, the green, the costumes. Like when M'Baka comes out, it's a beautiful scene, the water scene.
And it was accurate, as far as it's not my culture, but like I feel like it was an accurate representation of like some of the different African cultures, like the patterns.
My aunt told me that all that stuff was true. My aunt told me
the furs and everything.
My aunt told me what they showed was official tissue, and she be doing her research. Shout out to Mama Yoga, she does her thing.
Yeah.
So she was telling me like a lot of the stuff in the Black Panther was real. So
yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I don't want this to. Well, when Jay-Z got nominated for 444, he had 8 nominations for the Grammys, and he went home with none.
Oops.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Black Panther did go home with none. I think that the reason why this is here is because of the money that it made, the impact that it had.
Oh, yeah, of course. And it's like I also don't know who the other people are, like the other
But we never
films.
do. You know, when you watch the Oscar or you hear about the Oscars, you be like, this movie won? I've never seen this.
Yeah.
So I also just wanted to say, like, Best Picture, Black Klansman and The Green Book, because, excuse me once again, those are black leads as well. But I would have to put my money on the Netflix movie, Roma.
I didn't hear him.
It's basically, I actually watched the preview of it last night. It's on Netflix. And it's about don't get me wrong, I think it's about an immigrant Spanish family that comes over and they're grinding in the American dream. I could be wrong. But a movie like that is the type of movie to win an Oscar, not the Black Panther. Because when you deal with a superhero movie, the storyline isn't the best. Like,
It's the same thing, just different.
Right. We loved it because it showed 95% of black people. It showed us in a beautiful light. But if you think about it, the storyline wasn't the best. It was a typical Marvel storyline.
Yeah.
You know?
Once you've seen one, you kind of seen them all.
I'm happy that they didn't try to nominate Michael B. Jordan for like best
supporting actor or something.
That it's like, don't talk to me stupid.
Right.
It was just like, we know Michael B. Jordan did not kill at his role to be nominated for an Oscar and win.
At least not in that capacity.
Right, at least not in this.
role.
Because on the MTV Movie Awards, he did win Best Villain over Thanos, which I'm like,
what?
oh,
That is bullshit.
Yeah, he won Best Villain. Even he got up, he was just like,
Right, I guess. Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, but
Thanks,
it's the momentum of the Black Panther. You know, like when we left the Black Panther, we was all talking about Killmonger. But then when Avengers came out, I was like, oh, nah.
Yeah.
Thannos is the best villain.
Now, that's bullshit. Yeah, Thanos go hard. He hard as nails.
So how many do you think the Black Panther will win? 1 or 2?
I like 3. Maybe
I'm going to go
4.
1. I'm going to go 1, and it should win Best Costume.
I think they're going to win something. They have to. I feel like it's like money and shit. Money drives everything, and quote unquote clout, all that shit drives everything. I think they're going to win something.
Low ratings. The Oscars are known for low ratings.
What
so do you
like? People aren't watching.
People aren't watching the Oscars.
Yeah, I'm not.
So they're trying their best to get black people involved, the black audience, the minority audience.
So pandering is what they're doing, basically.
Right. So you get the Black Panther 7 nominations, and people are going to watch to support.
Man, I just look
this
on
make
Twitter.
you?
No, hell no. I'll go on Twitter and get the live updates from that. That's how you keep up with everything nowadays. 2019. Make you a Twitter account.
I am kind of upset that I missed the Moonlight winning last year, the way they won. You remember there was a movie they like, and the winner is, and it was a movie, and then it's like, no, we got it wrong. The real winner is Moonlight, and then Moonlight stars had the king come and take the trophy from.
Oh, that's so bad.
You didn't remember that?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, well, I'm mad I missed it because that was a moment. You know what I mean?
They probably had a video on Twitter. You ain't gotta watch the Oscars. You ain't gotta watch TV, period. Just watch Twitter.
I'm not advocating to watch TV, but I'm also saying that this might be a move by the Oscars to get us to watch. If that's the case, the Black Panther need to win all 7.
I'm not falling for it.
I just don't think that it's more than likely that they will. Listen, I'll be surprised if they walk away with 1. I'm just being honest. Normally, the movies that do win are the movies that you never really heard about, man. So,
yeah.
And you can't expect the Oscar committee to actually feel Wakanda like we feel Wakanda. So.
Of course not.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They'll never get it.
There was a topic that was brought to me earlier in the week. Matter of fact, I'm going to just play this clip real quick. If it's going to play. Are you going to play? Are you going to play? Probably not. Technical difficulties. That's playing, so why won't you play? Anyways, well, basically, the clip was between. Let me go. The clip was between James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni, and it was an old show, I would say, back from like the 70s, and it was called Soul. And in the clip, Nikki Giovanni was talking to James Baldwin, and she said, basically, I want you to lie to me like you lied to the crackers at your job.
Oh.
Meaning, everybody else gets to see you happy except me. You come home with an attitude, and you take it out on me, and I'm the one that loves you. But when you go to work, when you out with your friends, you're lying to them. So why can't you lie to me? And James was just like, I can't lie to you.
Yeah, because I love you.
So how do you see that though? Like, do you see her view or his view? Like, I'm gonna come outside
and be fake. Well, I mean, who cares if you're being fake to outside folks? But I mean, damn, be real to me. But if you're upset or feel some type of way towards those people, like you're treating me differently or treating me negatively based on how other people are treating you. Direct that negative energy to the people who are treating you that way. It's making you feel some type of way. Like you said, if something is upsetting you at work or yada yada, address that with the people who's making you upset at work. Don't come home and be acting crazy towards me. I don't work with you.
So I remember bringing this up regarding women when they're on their cycle, right? Yeah. And women will go to work and they'll work their 8 hours or 10, however many hours they work without an issue. And then they come home and they want to throw fireballs at the man in the house, and they want to blame it on their emotions and their cycle.
That's not fair.
And you go, well, you was at work for a whole 8 to 10 hours. Why didn't you get fired from your job? Because the way you acting, nobody would have wanted to be around you.
Well, first of all, half the time these bitches be at, excuse my language, but if you're a bitch, you're a bitch. People be acting like bitches at work anyway, whether their period is on or off. Okay. So let's not necessarily say that they be acting that they got some sense at work. But yeah, that's not, I don't like that when people, and now granted, I get it because I have a period and periods fucking hurt and they can mess with your emotions. And then also every woman's body is different. So some women, it's like real life. Like I'm pretty sure if they ain't got a pill for it by now, like to really help a woman, like help balance some of those hormones or whatever, because that shit can really fuck some women up. Mm-hmm. But at a certain point, it's like, girl, how long have you had a period? Like, find your coping mechanisms, get you some ice cream, take your Midol or take whatever prescribed pill and just relax a little bit, because it's not fair. If you know that this thing is making you act a certain way, hone that in and govern that. Like, stop using it as an excuse. That's not fair.
Now that's dope that you said that, because maybe they go to work, they go buy their snacks, they take their Tylenol, whatever they take, whatever it is to do at work.
Yeah, get your ice cream.
I think that it's a certain thing when you go home that people think that this is what love is, you know, because it can't just be a switch that just happens for no reason. I think that that's what they think love is. I only brought that up because that's just a topic that me and my brother would have from time to time when we talk about relationships. But I had to do some checking myself. And there's plenty of times where, like, I would go home and I would just have this look on my face. And I had to check myself. It was just like, well, you didn't have that look on your face when you was at work. You didn't have that look on your face. It's like, why when you leave work, your family
has to
deal with the, work, like, well, if I'm unhappy, I'm unhappy. So why not be unhappy at work? All I'm saying is be consistent. If you're unhappy, be unhappy at work and when you go home. If you're happy at work, be happy at home as well.
And if you struggle with that, figure out a way to not struggle with that. Like, I know for me, sometimes I have to, like, that's why one of the reasons why I started working out. Like, I need to decompress after work. Not saying that, like, I'm nice at work and then mean when I go home, but sometimes it's like, depending on what type of job you have, what your situation is, I get how, like, you kind of have to put that face on to, you know, get through your day at work to keep your job because niggas got bills. But nah, you can't. That's drawing it.
I think that
take out your anger.
I think that you need, if you are lying already, lie for the whole day.
Right. Or switch it up. Don't be, like you said, don't be nice to strangers and then you come home to me acting crazy. Switch that shit up. Be mean to those motherfuckers and come home to me and be nice to me.
I would rather you be nice to your family. If you're going to be nice to somebody, be nice to your family rather than everybody else. But if you're going to be nice to everybody else, be nice to your family as well.
Yeah.
But there's some things that people like me, you think that, okay, so if I got to fake like I'm happy for everybody, when do I find time for me? And just like you mentioned it, the gym.
Yeah. Or something, whatever your hobby is. Something constructive and healthy and helpful for yourself. Don't be out here. I mean, granted, have your smoke here and there, have your drink here and there, but don't go out here wilding, because that's not, because I know some people, that is their release for them. Oh, I'm going to go out, go get a few drinks, or I'm going to go smoke.
Right.
And there's a time and place for that, unwind or whatever, but don't depend on that.
I'll definitely say, if those are your vices, don't make them an everyday thing.
Yeah, and don't let that be the only thing that you use to decompress, because that's definitely not healthy at all.
And that's where, I'll speak for men, that's where men go wrong, because they'll deal with that, and then I need to smoke. And that's an everyday thing. Obviously, it's not helping. Like, I don't want to call smoking a hobby. It's not. A hobby is something that, you're doing, you're trying to perfect your craft to be great at. And, just like me doing podcasting, if I want to learn how to edit, do better with the audio, if I want to learn how to do better with the pictures, if I want to learn, those are things that I'm talking about. Don't let smoking and drinking be your go-to, because it's not going to turn out great for you. But I'll say, once in a while, hang out with the fellas. And once again, I can only speak for men. Hang out with the fellas. Gym. Go to the gym. Or play a video game that involves some type of action. Like, you want to shoot something up. Grab a video game, shoot something up that way, but then you got to get back to work. It's not that bad until you fully become happy enough that you don't have to fake it. But I truly think that a hobby would work and just be good to your family.
Yeah, and self-care. And I've seen some things on Facebook where it's like, try to incorporate a couple of things to your life. Like you said, hang out with a group of friends. It's like once a month, like hang out with a group of friends. Do something to treat yourself. Go to the gym, drink water, wake up early and, watch the sunrise. Like different shit
and
like that.
If you go hang out with your friends, don't come home and switch it. Like, if you had a good time, keep the good time going. Don't come home like, it's the mind state. Don't put the keys in the door and be like, now I got to deal with this shit.
Right.
No. You just had a great time. Carry the energy over. Now, I'm not saying that the energy will be received, but do your part first. If you predetermine that once
I'm going to have a good day.
If you predetermine that once you walk through these doors is going to be hell, then you've defeated yourself first. Yeah. Just walk in there with the energy, and you'll see what happens after that. But don't be out, because people see pictures. Don't go out and have fun and everything is and then when you get home you
mad as hell.
Like, yo, where's this guy at? Where's this guy from the pictures? You just was having a good time
20 minutes ago.
Right.
You posted on your Instagram.
Now you mad because you're around me?
Right. But then I also think another important part of that is like taking ownership and like communicating, like, yes, I'm dealing with this and that. Like, I realize that I'm upset when I'm home, but happy when I'm out, and this is what I'm trying to do to, work on my emotions or work on my whatever. And then if need be, or if you feel so inclined to, apologize, because sometimes a lot of times we do things and we don't realize how much we're hurting somebody else. Because I know for me, if being a woman, if I'm with somebody and he comes home and he's being all mean to me all the time, then that he might not even necessarily be mad at me, but it's because of whatever went on at work, and he's just taking it out
everything
on me.
in the world. Like, he's taking everything out on you.
Yeah, but then that starts to break the woman down, and it's like, well, what am I doing wrong? And I could be not doing anything wrong. And to him, he might not think that I'm doing anything wrong either, but it's just him just letting it all out on me and not letting it out in a healthy way. So yeah, like I said, if you feel so inclined to, like, apologize for
this, definitely,
that could go either way: men on women, woman on man, man on man, woman on woman, whatever.
This definitely answers the question that I raised when I first started the 700 Block podcast. That first episode the title was, I forgot what it was, but the question was, who does the man love more? The woman he tells the truth to, or the woman he lies to? The woman he lies to, right? Or no, the woman he tells the truth to.
Everybody, though.
No. But what I'm saying to you is, I just confused myself because I really don't know what the answer to that is now.
Well, I guess because, like, if you're telling the truth, even though you know that the truth might hurt, you're respecting that person and being honest, and at the end of the day, giving that person the autonomy to choose. But then on the flip side of that, if you're lying to your wife or main girl, do you, like, not like or love her. I don't know.
I'm just confusing myself a little more.
Right.
Forget I even said any of that. What I'm trying to get at though is, I'm not telling you to lie. I'm not telling you to lie or not to lie. I'm telling you to be consistent. Meaning, if you're going to go out and enjoy life, that's at work, that's around friends, that's around everybody else, bring that same energy home if it's positive. If you're mad at the world, make sure when you go home, it's positive. I'm just saying there needs to be positivity in the home.
And if anything, if you're going to lie to everybody else, be honest with yourself first. Because you can, at the end of the day, we all adults, do what you want to do, treat people however you want to treat them. But be honest with yourself first and check in with yourself first and say, yeah, even though I'm doing this, I know what it really is and isn't at the end of the day.
Absolutely. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come on, soundboard. Yes, I see how you played it. It came down a little bit.
You see? Hey, listen, I'm working, man.
Engineer.
I love this thing right here. I love this thing, man. Shout out to
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Shout out to FaZe Funk. He put me on it, man. He said, I don't record no podcast on no computer. I use this. And when he showed me, I said,
Level
I'm copping it. So I was on Instagram, and I want to talk about falling in lust on social media, right?
Lord.
I'm not going to get her name right. I'm going to butcher it. Demetria Obilor, Obilor. Y'all might know her as the woman that they tried to get kicked off of TV because she just looks good. They tried to get her off TV. That's how she became known.
Because she looks good?
Because the way she looks, people didn't like watching her on the news. White women.
The light skin with the curly hair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I thought it was just some Instagram hoe.
No.
But I know who you talk about.
Yeah,
they was hating on her.
They tried to hate on her, and she actually blew up. Like she sure did. She blew up off of it.
And sis, you still look great. Your goals.
She is the traffic and symbol anchor at Channel 8 ABC Dallas.
Amen. Shout out to Dallas.
I was scrolling Instagram and I seen a video. She was like blowing her hair. She has beautiful long hair, and she was showing you how she gets ready for her show. It's a lot.
With her fine self.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's double tap city. And I'm reading some of the comments, and one of the comments that a man wrote, and I just shook my head, and I'm just like, come on, bro.
Simp ass.
He wrote, and I can't remember word for word what he said, but he said, your ex is a dumbass.
You just better know my ex.
How do we know this? What if he is sick of her? Like two people got to mesh. You can't be with somebody just for looks. So whoever her ex was, obviously,
if she even had an ex.
Listen, she's probably in a relationship. So I don't even know where he got this from, assuming that she's single. So maybe the guy that she's dating now thinks the world of her. You understand what I'm saying? Now, whoever else she might have dated before.
If there was ever anybody else, you got to take age into consideration. You got to take that maybe he or she just wasn't ready for what that person was offering. You just got to take into consideration, that, yeah, she looks good. I've been with plenty of pretty women, but then when you get with them, we're not clicking. Right, but mind you, this is all hypothetical.
And then on Instagram, you'll see my ex post a picture, and damn, you look good. Yeah, she look good, but she had nut job. So, for me, you,
in my opinion,
to you, she might be the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it might be that way for me. Like, people will look at me on Instagram and be like, man, look at him.
Look at that beard, though.
Yeah. It's just like, beard, muscles. He's working out.
Bald.
He has a nice smile.
Okay.
I just might be a piece of work. I just might not be for you. I might be good to look at. But Kayla, as a woman, and I think that women get this the most. Is this something that you've seen happen to you where they've seen a picture and you're like, you're whatever it is you're doing.
I look
good.
And
you look good. I just didn't want to say you took a picture, you look good in that picture. You look good in every picture.
Oh, thank you.
So that's what I'm trying to say. I didn't want to be like, only in certain pictures you look good.
I mean, shit, sometimes that happens. But
sometimes, right?
Right.
Got to get them angles.
Okay, angles.
So, have you come across that where a guy was just in your messages or your DMs talking about how much he would take, you know what I mean? Just like, oh man, if you were mine, I would do A, B, and C. Like, bro, you don't even know me.
When I tell you, it happens all the time. Like, all the time. All the time. I've never had nobody say, oh, your ex is this, your ex is that. But when can I take you out? And people in my city, sometimes it's people that I know, like people I've known since like middle school, high school, no, not really college like that. Never mind. Never mind. A lot of people from like out of state. I get it all the time, and it's strange. I don't even want to say too much because I don't know who's going to listen, who's not going to listen. Right. But yes, it happens quite often. It happens consistently. Sometimes it's the same people over and over and over. No matter how many times I say no matter how many times I ignore. I've even had some people where like I blocked them and then they created like another page and found me and all that. I've had that happen to me a couple times. Yeah. Yes, it happens. It's uncomfortable.
I really think there's more of a woman thing, and it could be more of a celebrity for like men thing. Like depends on your status. Not saying that it can't happen for men, but depends on who you are. You can be just a regular Jane female, and women and guys are just be like, oh my God, if you was my girl, I would do such and such.
I had somebody email me recently when I was in Florida. Y'all saw the Florida pics if you follow me. I had somebody email me and was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is this somebody I know? Like, what are they talking about? And then they're like, oh yeah, I seen your pictures on Instagram. I see you're in Fort Lauderdale. Nigga, if you don't get the fuck out of my
stalker,
if you don't get the fuck out of my email, like, no, who are you?
I was just about to ask you, does writing the email impress you because he took the time, but to write what he wrote was just like, nah, bro.
No,
you
don't
doing too
email
much.
me. And I mean, granted, like my email, I guess because like I have my shit set up as like the business page, because with the blog and everything, that's how I have it set up. So I have my email connected to it. But you emailing me about my titties, like you could have kept that on IG.
What if it was business? Because
that's why it's there for, like, if people see me when I do my blog stuff, or I don't know, just certain shit business related. Yeah, but I posted the picture when I was on the beach, and you talk about some nice titties. Why are you?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Under the picture, or
no, in my email. Like first,
in the email.
Yeah, like first he was talking to me like he knew me, because his name, I don't even want to say the name, but I thought it was somebody that I knew at first. And maybe like I thought it was somebody from high school, matter of fact. So they was talking like, hey, what's up? How you doing? This and that. And I'm like, okay, wait, this person is like a little too casual, and I'm not really sure who this is. So come to find out, I guess it was somebody who, you know, when you put location and shit, people can follow the hashtags, whatever. Some random person talking to me like he fucking knew me, and I'm like, well, like, who are you? And he's like, oh, such and such. From where? Like, you talking to me like you know me. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah,
don't only email me about business. And I feel wild saying that, because it's like, contact me for booking inquiries. Email me at such and such at gmail.com. But no.
Yeah.
That was weird to me. That was very
nasty.
strange. Keep it on. If anything, if you're gonna be a creep, keep it on IG or put it on the picture or DM me or something. Why are you emailing?
I don't mean to give you
weird.
creeps a plan or a blueprint, but if you're going to be a creep, keep it business.
Right.
Keep it business. You might get a reply if you're talking about the website or something that Kayla has going on. Keep it business. And you might get a reply. You might could build on something. Now, this ain't for you creeps, but you know what I'm saying? Just don't send an email telling somebody got nice titties. I don't think that's going to rock. I don't think that approach will ever work with nobody.
And sometimes I feel bad for me, because there's a very thin line between like compliment, because I mean, okay, if the titties look nice, like, oh, okay, nice titties, but I feel like there's a very thin line between, you know, complimenting somebody and just like being creepy. And sometimes I feel bad for guys, because it just, you never know when you're approaching a woman.
Speaking to somebody for the first time and saying you got nice titties, will never work. So that's not. How can you feel sorry for some guy who just says, hey, by the way, nice titties? Nah.
Unless he could have, but it's like he could have said it a different way. Like,
okay, you tell me.
Look good.
The first email, you look good. So don't address the titties, but you know, since my titties is out,
about my titties.
You know I'm talking about your breasts because they're out. So when you say, hey, you look good in that pic, you already know
it's like,
what he's talking
about. Right, of course, because that's
Okay.
what men do. But it's like, okay, thanks.
Okay, all right.
But to be, you have nice titties, like, okay. Thanks, I guess. I mean, granted, you're talking about the same thing, but it's the approach.
Right. So fellas, stop falling in lust with these women on social media.
And work on your vocabulary. Shit.
You don't know them. We're all out here dealing with issues, man. None of us, like, you're not going... If you fall in lust with me over social media, listen, I'm a handful. It's like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, just keep it to yourself. Fellas, don't worry about what her ex was doing. Yeah. He probably tired of her.
Yeah, but then I just say that it's probably... I feel bad for, I guess, people in general sometimes, because it's like... You never know how that other person is going to take your compliment, because for me, if somebody says, "Oh, you look nice," I can say, "Oh, okay, thank you." But then some of these chicks, you tell them you look nice. Oh, well, you can't do this and you can't do that, and who are you talking to? And it's like, I just said your picture looks nice. Like, you have some women that'll, I don't know, they take it to a whole left field, and you're like, "Whoa, I just said you look nice in your picture." Like, I don't know what to talk about.
Shout out to Big J. Jay Williams, DJ Big J on Facebook. We had a podcast in the Facebook group, and the post was compliment somebody under you, and there was compliment the person over you. So the compliment that was, the last post was from a young lady. Jay wrote under her post, "Do I have consent
There it is.
to
yes.
compliment you?"
Yes.
She said yes,
okay.
and then he complimented her.
That's what it is. There it is.
Is that where we're going, though? You
could do that. And I feel like that was probably like half joking, half serious. For me, I would take it as a joke. But for some women, something like that is dead serious.
But if you join a compliment post, isn't that consent? Isn't that consent?
Right. You would think. But then again, people, they pick and choose. I've realized that a lot of people like to pick and choose. You know, you get mad if somebody takes it to a certain level, and it's like, but this is an open forum. You joined the group, like you said, you joined the post, so you would hope that that's automatically implied. But I don't know, man. People just thoughts. Not everybody has the same train of thought, so I don't know.
Shout out to Jay though, man.
I like that. You smooth enough for you. Do I have consent?
Fresher fiasco time, man. Y'all already know how we do with the Fresher fiasco, so here we go. Fresher fiasco. Spotify has debuted the mute button, meaning you can mute any artist you don't want to hear, and they will not appear in the playlist. Fresher fiasco.
It's fresh. It's innovative. I wish they would have done it sooner. I wish iTunes would do it. Well, I don't even listen to iTunes, whatever their thing is anyway. I just...
Apple Music?
Yeah, I just do my own, like, find my songs I want to listen to and listen to it like that. I don't do, like, their streaming, whatever. But it's innovative. Now, I don't have Spotify. Does it work, like, with whatever that is? Does it work how it works, like... on Pandora, where you can listen to it, I don't
listen to Pandora.
You never used Pandora before?
I have, but not to where I could study it.
But I mean,
if I had it.
Like with Pandora, you just like play. You choose a station, you play the songs, and it plays all the artists that's similar to that person. But you know how, like, if you're doing the free Pandora, you have a certain number of skips, and then you can't skip for like an hour.
See, I don't know how the free Spotify plan works. I pay for Spotify.
Oh, so you get unlimited, like I you get unlimited,
whatever. Right.
Okay, because I was going to say, with the free Spotify, the whole mute thing would probably eliminate the amount of skips that people.
I don't know what you get with free Spotify. I think you get to listen to whatever they give you, and yes, it's some skips. You might have a certain amount of skips, but I don't know if it's like the paid Spotify where the
it's just
catalog,
unlimited. You can do whatever you want to do.
I think you get a bigger catalog anyway when you pay for Spotify.
Okay, because I was going to say, if you can mute people, that would eliminate the number of skips you probably, because I know I would find myself doing that with Pandora. You just, do a random station and then it's playing a couple artists that you don't want to listen to, and then you wasting skips, and it's like, God forbid they put 2 or 3 songs back to back, and you're like, only got 6
if I could just
skips.
Mute you, I ain't gotta waste my skips.
Exactly. So I say it's fresh, innovative. They should have did it years ago.
I'm gonna go fresh because I've listened to playlists and an artist will come on and I just be like, skip. Yo, why do you want my, you know what I mean? Like, skip. There's just artists that I just will not listen to, and they didn't do nothing to me personally. It's just, I will not listen to your music. I think it's dope, and because before Spotify tried to mute R. Kelly and Triple X and R. Kelly.
I thought you was going to say Chris Brown.
I think it was Chris Brown. I think it was. They tried to do it on their own, and they caught backlash from other artists and from the fans. Like, you don't mute them. So with this new way, they're letting you choose who to mute.
Okay, yeah, I like that. What's wrong with that?
Well, before they was just like, we're taking these artists off.
Okay,
and
yeah, that's not. I guess
the people
not
was just
fair.
like, yo, don't.
You can't do that.
Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
Customer service, good
who
customer
would
service.
you mute? I'll go first. Action Bronson. I know that sounds weird, but I've never listened to Action Bronson. I just never. And when he comes up, when he comes up on my playlist, I just be like, skip. I don't even give him a shot because I be thinking it's Ghostface. And then when I look and see it's Action Bronson, I'm like, nah, get out of here, Bronson. I just never was a fan of his. I never want to listen to his music. He's never made a song that had me go like, whoop.
Yeah,
Action Bronson.
I've seen his name, but if I heard him, I wouldn't know it was him.
Yeah, I don't listen to Action Bronson. I don't rock with Action Bronson. I'm skipping him every time. So I actually muted Action Bronson, so he will not be coming up on none of my playlists ever again.
Oh, you muted him on Spotify?
I muted him on Spotify.
Oh, okay.
For the record, I've never had to mute R. Kelly. His music don't play.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they probably monitored your whatever you do on there anyway, so.
I mean, I listen to a lot of Johnny Gill, a lot of older music, so you think he would appear because I do have an R&B vibe on there, but they've never played an R. Kelly song. Like, he writes a lot, so I don't know what he's written for other people, but as far as an R, so I don't have to say I'm muting R. Kelly. He's never, besides that docu, his music does never appear on nothing that I'm doing ever, so I've never had to cancel R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Action Bronson, get out of here.
I would say every once in a while, like, his, people still bring it up, and I might see it here and there, but, like, on the timeline, but other than that, I don't. And if it does, like, I know, like, if I download a playlist or something, and if it happens to have an R. Kelly song, I skip it, because it just feels weird listening. I can't do it. He doesn't appear on mine, so I'm good. So whatever.
Gucci.
Right. The universe muted him for you. You don't even have to do it. If I had to mute anybody, I like 3. Like we was talking about earlier, all this new shit that's out. First of all, I don't even know half their names anyway, so I couldn't even do them. But I said like Tekashi 6ix9ine because
that's a good one.
His music, when I hear it for a second, like, his music really worries me. Like, I feel like he's cultivating a very, like, angry, unnecessarily aggressive, because all he does is yell. Like, when are you going to have a song where you're just, like, regular, like, rapping? He always feels like he always sounds like he's being really aggressive. I hate when my little brothers listen to him.
I'm going to mute him. Thanks for giving, because, once again, he's another artist that I've never listen to, but he does appear on my playlist from time to time, and I skip every song.
Yeah.
So why not just mute him?
Yeah.
Get out of here, 6ix9ine. You get muted.
I hate when my little brothers, like, if they ride with me, can you turn on Tekashi? I'm not playing that. Yeah, I tell them I'm not playing that. Or, like, if they'll be listening to it in their room and I hear them, like, singing along, I'll stop them, like, now, what did you just say? You don't even know. You singing along to stuff, and they're 8 and 10, so half the stuff they talking about repeat, they don't know what they're saying anyway. And I had to tell them, like, don't sing along to something or say something you don't even know what you're talking about. Like, don't do that, especially not from his bullshit ass, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Another one says Kodak.
Kodak guy.
It's one song that I just so happen to like of his, but it's like an old song. He's a funny. Not even that one. I wish I could remember. I don't even know the name of it. It's just one song that I have of his on my phone. But everything else, as soon as I hear him, next. As soon as I see his name come up next, I can't do it. And he's scary looking too. He's ugly as shit.
It's how them Florida boys be giving it up, man.
Ugh. He look like he needs to, like, soak in bleach or something. That's terrible. Let me take that back. Yeah. Not even that. He just looks really dirty. I want him to be sanitized. Like, right. I didn't even mean
Scratch that.
Right. Not even because of, like, his skin color or anything, but, like, he just looks really.
Listen, man.
He needs a deep cleanse.
Black is beautiful, but he's ugly.
Yeah, black is definitely beautiful. I like him. The darker the better. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. But he's fucking ugly, and he looks like he needs to take a shower.
He needs a beard. Yeah, just grow a beard. The beard works, man. I don't know how I would look without a beard. Black man.
Yo, you would look crazy.
And no hair too? Bald head? Woo!
You would look crazy.
I'm not coming outside.
I remember one time my dad had to, like, cut his beard for a job, and I thought he was, like, sick. Like, I had never. He's always had a beard since I was a child, and it was just, like, one time, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you, like, dying? Like, what's good? And then after that, he said it. He was like, yo, when my daughter came home and thought something was wrong with me, I was like, I can't do it again. And he quit that job too. He was like, I can't do it. I'll never cut my beard. Don't cut your beard ever. Okay. I think I speak for like 99% of listeners when I say.
You speak for myself. I don't want to see it.
Yes, don't ever cut your beard, Flaw. We need that on our timeline.
Do you see the chemical? Well, not the chemicals, but do you see that I actually took care of it? You see
yes,
it glistening?
It looks
it's
like
shining in the light.
It looks groomed too, like up in here. I see.
Shout out to White. Shout out to Game Time Cuts. I couldn't wait to get in here, let the light hit it. I shampooed it. I put the oils in. I put the listen. I went to work on my beard this morning, man.
Yeah, I see it. We approve that message.
Yes.
I think I speak on behalf of a lot of people when we say that we approve that message. We do. So yeah.
So that was that 3?
Oh, the third one I had, Lil Yachty.
Okay. So Lil Yachty, Tekashi, and Kodak. Okay. All right. Before we move on, y'all got to stop with the fake news. It's been said that Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown are the most muted artists on Spotify, and I was told that that's not true because they don't really have the information yet. Like, it just started, so. But they said that Nicki Minaj has been muted 11 million times.
I can see that. I muted Nicki Minaj on my Twitter because I was sick of. I forget when people was talking about her a lot. So I think with the Cardi B shit, I muted her. I've been muted her though because I don't care to hear about her. But
I just definitely want to give a shout out to Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown, man. To be your own people, man. It's just like there's a lot of trash music out, but it's just like we're the ones, like when it's time to stand up, we're the ones that get it the most. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with Chris Brown, even though he catches a lot of flack for God knows what he be doing, he's still putting numbers on the board. He still makes breaking records and owning his own music and selling
You just said
clothes,
it. You just said it. And people will not want to rock with this. But now that Chris Brown owns his masters, you're going to see him get in more trouble.
The shit in Paris.
Because they don't want to see a young man. He's the youngest artist who ever owned his own masters.
Yep. And I also saw something else on Twitter where they were saying it's just the industry they've done it artist after artist after artist. They did it. I wish I had Michael Jackson.
One of them.
I think, was it Marvin Gaye?
Michael Jackson.
But it was like 2 or 3 other young black artists that's happened to where they had a little bit too much money, they had a little bit too much ownership, and then incident after incident starts happening. But they've been on Chris Brown top forever. And I mean, of course, again, not to discredit or give a pass to the crap that happened with him and Rihanna, the stuff that happened with him and Karrueche, but some of the right is right and wrong is wrong. And okay, even if he did do was abusive or whatever towards the Rihanna and Karrueche, that still doesn't mean it's okay for someone to falsely accuse you of rape. Right. Like, even if I did do something yesterday, if I didn't do it today, I don't want a new case. Like, let's deal with the measure at hand. This is what I got caught with. This is what I did on Monday. On Tuesday, if I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Yeah, and I also saw that he's about to he's going to try to sue the girl. Wait. Oh, let's get into it. Fresco fiasco. My bad. Nelly demands that his rape accuser reveal her identity, and Chris Brown plans on suing his accuser. Wait, how somebody accuse you of rape and you don't even know who accused you? So you No. He knows, but her as far as Nelly goes, okay, yeah. Put it on.
She tried. Like, Nelly lost because Nelly was on ESPN. He lost it. Nelly was working on a few things, and he lost them because of these allegations. And then when it got found out that she had nothing to stand on, she didn't want to go forward because she didn't want to embarrass herself, Nelly still, gets treated how he gets treated. So if that's the case, if you accuse me of rape, we need to know who you are. Yeah. So Fresco fiasco. I think that's fresh. Hell yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, this is not saying that he didn't do what he did. She's saying she didn't want to go forward with it because of the embarrassment, and she felt like she would lose, I think. She's not saying, no, Nelly, she's not changing her mind. Like with Chris Brown, they're actually saying, nah, he didn't do it. Okay. This woman is on some, I'm not going forward with it because, in Kayla's language, yada, yada, yada. Right. Okay, so I didn't know that about Nelly's case. So let me retract that. Right. Yes, we're going to spin that back. Yeah. So in Nelly's case, I think he needs to relax, especially if he did do it. See, we don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing. We don't know. I just need him to relax. What we do know is he did have sex with this young lady, I believe. Okay. So what we do know is he got Miss Jackson at home and he decides to sleep with the girl in the tour bus at Walmart. It was like a Walmart parking lot. So trashy. It was a tour bus. Could have at least been at Target. Ugh.
Walmart though, you're so trash. He's lower class. I know. Shout out to Walmart though. I shop there all the time. But the parking lot though,
gotta get it where you can get it.
Right. But it's Nelly though. You could have got a room, Nelly. Come on. Damn, that's a tough one. In Nelly's case, I want him to relax. I want to give him a fiasco. But as far as Chris Brown's case, definitely, I want to say it's fresh that he wants to sue that woman for defamation. Only if he didn't actually do it. Because at the end of the day, who knows if they really did it or not?
Nelly
and Chris Brown.
Well, she's coming out saying that Chris Brown didn't do it.
Oh, well, bitch, yes. Sue. Fresh. For sure.
Especially Chris Brown. He was in Paris. He could still be in Paris right now until he decided to take this to trial. So he could have been locked up in a whole nother country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just somewhere else, not home, just locked up. And we be over here in America counseling Chris Brown like we always do, not knowing nothing. And
cancel culture is so annoying, but we're not even going to talk about that.
We're not. Save for another episode.
Yeah.
But that's what they would have done. And just like I was on Twitter, and I had to tweet this one person, I was kind of scared not scared, but hesitant, because once you pick a fight with somebody on Twitter, if they want to keep retweeting you, that's on them. But I was like, I don't want to, because I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to say it anyway. This lady actually tweeted about, okay, so y'all talking about some Chris Brown didn't do it in Paris, but what about what he did with Rihanna, and what about Karrueche? It's like, bruh, we ain't talking about none of that right now.
Right, again, whatever happened with him and Karrueche and him and Rihanna has nothing to do with him being falsely accused of rape. That's 3 completely different incidents that do not have, well, maybe Rihanna, Karrueche might have some overlap, whatever. But this whole rape thing, it's a completely different thing. And on top of that, it's false.
I'm going to go fresh for both. Nelly truly believes that he didn't rape that woman.
Well, ain't no truly believe it's nigga you did it or you
But they
didn't.
had sex, so that's the thin line. They actually had sex.
But how is it rape?
Was it rape? Did he force himself on you, or did you want to do it and then change your mind after it was done? I'm not saying during the encounter, because we all know that if she says stop, get off me during the encounter,
it gets off.
You get off. I don't know where it went wrong on that tour bus.
If it went wrong at all.
If it went wrong at all.
You ain't cut my check, and he's like, fuck out of here. And it's, you raped me.
It could be a check. It could be a record label. It could be an audition. It could be anything that he didn't give her. Okay, I'm going to call rape. Just like in Paris, this woman just randomly said Chris Brown did this, and everybody came out, the girl's best friend, and everybody around was like, yo, she's lying. Women do this. If this is that case, I want the false accusers, the ones that are lying, to identify themselves. Okay, whatever. Because this is terrible. Like, people are losing millions of dollars. Nelly lost millions of dollars.
Yep, and then it also is, again, you see how when we talked about it before, how people are so quick to gravitate towards negativity. So when it was the whole, he's locked up in Paris and all that, serves him right, throw him under the cell, fuck him, cancel him, this and that. But then as soon as it came out that was a false accusation, silence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, it wasn't silence. It was, well, don't forget, he did other stuff, too. I was like, come on, man.
But I didn't see, the only reason why I saw that the accusations were false is because I follow Chris Brown. So I saw like on his Instagram and stuff. But child, I didn't see nothing about that on Twitter.
Right.
But when it was the initial accusation, that shit went up in flames.
Right.
On Twitter. Said, ugh.
All right. Fresher fiasco. The Game, the rapper that is.
Oh, God.
Mentioned Kim Kardashian's name in a song describing the alleged sexual encounter in his latest song. I say alleged because he can say anything he did with Kim K. It doesn't mean that it's true. I don't know. Fresher fiasco, The Game. Now, I'm torn between this. I'm going to tell you why. This is what The Game does. And we had a topic on this, and it was about Kim Kardashian before, and Kanye West. If Kanye West was respected, nobody would touch Kim. Nobody would mention Kim's name.
Hello?
Because Kanye West is not respected amongst his peers. Everybody wants smoke. I am somebody who respects somebody's craft. And I say this. People make jokes all the time about, yo, would you fight Mike Tyson? No. Why? Right. Because he's a professional boxer. The Game is 6'4", like 250, 260. And he spars with niggas.
And he's solid. Shit.
Kanye West is none of that.
But on the flip side of that, Kanye got a lot of money.
What does that mean?
He could just hire somebody.
But he hasn't. He gets on social media and tells Nick Cannon and other people to leave his wife alone.
Leave Kim alone.
He gets on social media and talks about Drake need to leave his wife alone. I just don't see him approaching the game. Not that I think the game is some superhuman, but respect somebody's craft. The game is a boxer who's in tip-top shape. Kanye West
don't want the smoke.
It's none of that. He's short.
And he wear bum clothes.
He's put on some weight. He wears bummy clothes. So with that being said, it's just a bully being a bully. I'm just going to be honest with you. If the game respected Kanye West, he wouldn't have done it. And Kanye West put himself out there with the tweets, and people are going to check his chin now.
Or like
you got to keep the same energy.
Kim.
Huh?
I said, or even if he respected Kim and Kanye, which I'm assuming most people don't respect Kim, but
I think that if he respected
Kanye, that's
the respect would follow.
Thing.
It would. It would follow. But once again, you encourage your wife to pose nude. You encourage your wife to do all this nasty stuff, and it is what it is. So I'm gonna go fresh because it's game being game, and it's not my job to do anything about it. It's Kanye West's job.
Right.
Kanye, the ball's in your court. What you gonna do?
Fumble. Game. I feel like that's just some weird. Like, first of all, how long ago did you fuck her?
Before the surgery, I guess that. Game didn't have no beard.
And
did you see the picture of them together? Like Kim Kardashian, it was before the face job. Like her whole face is different.
Ew, that's a shame. I think it's fiasco because what prompted him. I mean, if you fucked her, kudos. But you waited until however many years after the fact to say something. And then it's like you kissing and telling, like, you got the game fucked up. Why are you running your mouth? And why you choose now of all times? Like, you should have bragged about that when you first did it, like what Ray J did. Or Ray J was a little bit more timely with his announcement, right?
Ray J has been doing this for years. So I can say Ray J is consistent. He didn't just pop up out the blue.
Yeah.
He's the one that kind of blew them up because he was like, I got this tape.
But he did it right away, though. Like, he bragged about it right away versus Game. You waited, 10 years to say something? Like, all right, you fucked her. You ain't the only one. Like, yeah. That's not like mind-blowing news. Why y'all here kissing and telling, dog?
So you just made the point for me. It's not about Kim. It's about Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye, come do something. I think that's what it's really about. I just disrespected your wife and your sister-in-law. Come do something.
Yeah, I think it's fiasco. I think that's just some sucker kiss and tell shit. And you late. You mad late. Like, okay, I fucked you. It was like 10 years ago. And
I will say that I do feel bad for Kim. She's a married woman. She has a family. You know what I'm saying?
I don't feel bad for
that. I feel bad for her. But hey, listen. A lot of these women have slept around. It's just the rappers from back in the day ain't running their mouth. Like, did you know that Eve...
And she should, like...
Do you know that Eve and Nas was, like, doing...
Eve? Philadelphia Eve?
Eve and Nas.
Okay.
Nas, but guess what? Nobody's... Nas,
because they respect her.
Right.
They respect Eve because Eve... Even though Eve did what she did back in the day, she was a stripper back in the day, but I feel like she... genuinely elevated herself.
Not to big Nas up because he don't need it, but they say Nas used to do a lot of the industry women, but
I'm not surprised by that. He fine.
He doesn't make music about I used to smash this person
because he had some fucking class, and he had something else to talk about besides fucking and money and cars. Granted, he did talk about that in some of his songs too, but he was just the type of artist that had more to talk about anyway. So he wasn't relying on fucking bitches. It is based on
who you are, and the game is consistent with this. He needs some type of... This is his promotion
because who's paying attention to him for real? Because for a while it was the well, I mean, you might not know, but for us women who were paying attention to Game, it was
don't do it.
That's what was keeping people, engaged with him on a regular basis. But I think he fell back from that.
It's either that or a diss track.
Right.
I'm glad you're sticking to music.
I feel like he fell back from that. So, yeah, and again, that's the time that we're in right now with music is doing whatever to stay popping. Whether it's music related or like some incident to draw attention to you. And then once you get the attention, okay, here's my new single. Like... I feel like that's just the culture we're in right now.
I definitely don't think Game needs it, but it's Game being the game. So,
but when the last time he made music?
The last time he made music, remember he was going after Meek Mill. The last time he made music, he wanted to fight Meek Mill. It's always somebody that he needs. Right, it's always going to be somebody. Like for so many years, he went after G Unit, and then when that beef died down, he went after he was having beef with the dude he punched. It was a Crip. I forgot who he was.
Oh God!
But he had fought this dude. He used that as promotion, and now his last album, he used Meek Mill. He wanted to fight Meek Mill because remember he was doing videos in Philly like I'm eating this cheesesteak.
Oh
where
my
you
God!
at?
And
Right.
he was at like Pat's or Geno's or
he
something.
Was like, yo,
bring your ass to Max's.
He wanted,
bring your ass to the Poppy store.
He was doing the video,
and it was like the middle of the night. It was like 3:00 in the morning. Oh, I stopped at Geno's. Like, ew.
So now
I remember that. That's funny.
Kanye West always going to be somebody that Game wants smoke with.
It's always the plexi ass niggas trying to pick fights. Like, get your big ass out of here, dog. Fiasco. Yeah,
man. Oh man. So yo, this was a dope episode, man.
It was.
Yeah,
Fresco, you suck for not being on this episode, but whatever. Catch you next time.
He's watching it live.
Catch you next time. You suck. I said what I said.
Yeah. Shout out to Fresco. Shout out to Little Jace.
Oh yes.
This was episode 121.
Thanks for having me. It was good to be back.
Yeah.
High five. Oh wait. Well, they might hear it. They'll see it.
What
us doing a high five.
Thank you. Give me a real high five.
Right, that shit was like.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. It was cool to be back.
So this was episode 121 of the Podcast Brothers featuring Killer.
Bam.
And if you like what you heard, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Share this episode with a friend.